and welcome to this amazing platform. I am Shruti, your French trainer. I'm excited for today's session. Do you know why? Because today we will do Comprehension écrite. So it means we are going to do reading passages and it is going to be fun and exciting. So let's get started. Now, in today's session, we will learn to read different types of reading passages. For example, La Recette or Lévitation. Now, let us first start with Recette de cuisine, that is, how to prepare any recipe. Now, here we have the name of our recipe, that is La tarte aux pommes. Basically, here we will learn how to make an apple pie. La tarte aux pommes. I know that this picture is very delicious and I want to eat it right now. But let us now first concentrate on how to make this La tarte aux pommes, and then you can have it at your own place. So, we start with the les ingrédients. It is very important. Les ingrédients means the ingredients. The first is un rouleau de pâte feuilletée fraîche. What do you have to do? You have to take basically a roll puffed pastry and then un peu de sucre en poudre. Then we have to take the sugar, the powdered sugar, and we have to mix, mélanger à la cannelle. So we have to mix it with cinnamon. Now, next point says 5 à 6 pommes, renette ou prétane. So we have to take at least 5 or 6 apples of any brand. Now here it says quelques coupes de beurre. So here we have to take few cups of butter. Now we are ready with the ingredients. Let us now learn comment faire. That is how to make it. So comment faire means how to make it. Demande à une grande personne de préchauffer le four à 220 degrees Celsius. So these are the steps that you must follow if you want to eat la tarte aux pommes. What do you have to do? You have to ask a tall person to preheat the oven at this degree. Now, couvre le fond de la moule avec du papier sulfurisé. So what we have to do? We have to cover it with the help of a paper, a kind of parchment paper. And then étale la pâte sur ce fond et pique-la avec une fourchette. And we have to basically put it down at the bottom. And then we have to pick it with the help of, you can see, une fourchette. So with the help of fork. Great. Now the third step, it says épluche les pommes et coupe les en lamelles, range-les sur la pâte en les faisant se chevaucher. Parsème les pommes avec les copeaux de beurre et le mélange sur et cannelle. What do you have to do? You have to peel off the apples and you have to cut them into slices. And then you have to make the dough and you have to overlap with that dough. Another important step is that you have to sprinkle all those butters, the mixed butters and cinnamon on those apples. I hope that these 3 steps are clear to you. So, here we have 4th and 5th step. It says, enfourne la tarte pendant 30 minutes and vérifie par le hublot du four que les pommes caramélisent bien mais ne brûlent pas. So, it is important. What do you have to do? You have to make this la tarte for 30 minutes and you have to make sure that you should not burn la tarte, those pie or your apples. Now, verse ta préparation sur les cherries. So what do you have to do? You have to sprinkle your tarts with the cherries. Now we come to the last step. It says, déguste la tarte tiède, accompagnée de crème fraîche épaisse, bien froide ou de glace à la vanille. What you have to do? You have to basically taste your tarte aux pommes, and what you have to do, you can either put heavy cream there or you can also put some ice creams. So this was the recipe for the la tarte aux pommes. Now let's move further, and here we come to the another type of comprehension écrite, that is another type of reading passages, which is called l'invitation, that is invitation. Now here we have Daniel fête ses 50 ans. That is, so it is a kind of invitation where Daniel, he is celebrating his 50 years. Basically, he is celebrating his 50th birthday. So he is putting a kind of invitation. He is inviting to his friends and close one to a party. So, le samedi 7 novembre 2005 à la salle des fêtes de Bonneville. So basically he invites that you all have to come on 7th November 2005 at this place, à salle des fêtes de Bonneville. So this is the place. Réponse souhaitée avant le 15 octobre. So if you all are planning to come, or if you all have decided to come, then you have to give me the confirmation before 15th October. Daniel et Chantal Leroy SQ 14 juillet, this Bonneville. So this is the address. So this is a kind of invitation which you might make on your own, and you have seen how beautifully this man Daniel invites his friends. Now, very important task, répondre à la question. So here we have read this, Daniel fête ses 50 ans. Now you have to respond to the questions. Now I am only going to read the question and I will explain you, but you have to tell the answers, or you have to write down the answers in your notebook. Cette lettre est une invitation à. So this is a question. The first question. This letter is an invitation to, you have to choose the one. Un anniversaire, un barbecue, un mariage. Next question we have, où a lieu la fête? So where will the festival or this party take place? Au restaurant, dans une salle des fêtes, or chez Daniel? You have to again pick one answer. Third, la fête est le. So basically the party is on which date? So le 14 juillet, le 7 novembre, le 15 octobre. Again you have to pick only one answer. Now this is another type of reading passages we can say. It says, lis très attentivement le texte avant de répondre aux questions. Now, in the next coming few slides, we will read some of the paragraphs and then we have to respond to the questions linked to those paragraphs. So, are you ready? Amazing. You all are ready now. So, je me présente, that is, I am presenting myself. So, bonjour, je m'appelle Béatrice Leduc, je suis française, j'ai 13 ans, mon anniversaire c'est le 6 septembre, j'habite à Lille, au nord de la France, mon adresse est 21 rue Martin Pontoise, j'habite dans une grande maison avec ma famille, j'aime la musique, rock et le sport, j'adore le ski. So there is a person named Beatrice. She is introducing and she is telling her likes, dislikes, and she is also presenting herself. So she says that she is a French native and she is 13 years old. Her birthday, her date of birth is basically 6 September and this is the address where she lives, and this is again her address. Now she says that I live in a very big house and I like, now she is talking about her hobbies. So she likes rock music and sports. Also she like skiing. Now let's go further, and here we have again je me présente. That is, this boy will also tell about himself in this slide. Salut, je m'appelle Rachid Serre, j'ai 16 ans, je suis marocain, je suis né le 12 juin 1900 and then we have 95. J'habite à Liège en Belgique. J'habite dans un appartement avec ma famille. J'adore les jeux vidéo et la musique techno. So here he is Rachid Serre and he says that he is 16 years old. He comes from Morocco and he was born in June 1995. He lives here in Belgium. Also, he lives in an apartment with his family, and he is now again talking about his hobbies. That is, he likes to play video games and he also likes music. Now, here we have another, that is, je me présente. So, bonjour, je suis Annie Belchoir, j'ai 17 ans, je suis suisse, mais j'habite à Paris. Mon adresse est 14, that is 14, rue du Commerce. J'aime beaucoup la ville. Il y a plein de choses à faire. J'aime étudier et pratiquer du sport. J'adore aller au cinéma et regarder la télé. So there is another girl. Her name is Annie Belchior. She is 17 years old and she is basically a Swiss and she lives in Paris. She again gives her address. So this is the address. And she likes the city, that is, she is talking about Paris, so she likes Paris. Il y a plein de choses à faire. So in Paris you have multiple things to do. J'aime étudier et pratiquer du sport. I like studying and I do lot of sports. J'adore aller au cinéma et regarder la télé. I love to go to cinema halls and I love to watch televisions. I hope that these three different slides were clear to you. Now, since we already read that, after reading those three, je me présente, you have to respond to the questions. What do you have to do here? Répondre vrai ou faux. So you have to write V means vrai, that is true, and faux, F means false. So faux means false. Again, I'm only going to read the questions and you have to write down your answers. Le nom de Béatrice est Le Pont. The name of the Béatrice is Le Pont. Elle a 13 ans. She is 13 years old. So here we are only talking about Béatrice. Son anniversaire est 16 septembre. Her birthday is 16th September. Elle déteste le ski. She doesn't like ski. Now, here we are talking about Rashid. Rashid a 16 ans. What is the age of Rashid? Is he 16 years? You have to write either vrai or faux. Vrai means true, faux means false. Il habite à Lille. So, does he lives at Lille? So, Lille, it is a city in France. Il aime les jeux vidéo. So, does he like video games? Annie est français. Now, here we are talking about the third person, Annie. Is Annie a French or is she a French native? So, what you can do, you can pause the video for a few minutes and you can write down your answers. I hope that you liked today's session and you liked Tarte pomme, I know it was totally mouth-watering. I loved it too. And you now know that there can be different types of reading passages, either the recipe or l'invitation or je me présente types of passages. So that was all for today. I would say merci beaucoup.